Digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
Good morning, guys. Mega GMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Friday, October 17th. It's hard to believe, dude. It's only been a week since we got to have a name for last Friday, like the Great Liquidation or something. But it's only been a week since that happened, dude. And
isn't it happening again? I mean,
I can't believe we're lower, dude. I can't believe we're lower. Yeah, it's rough out there. And probably like you expect, people on crypto Twitter. I look, either nobody knows what they're talking. Actually, that is it. I mean, we could skip the whole show today and just say nobody knows what they're talking about. Nobody knows anything, and it's completely true. But it's like we're back to the skies falling and the cycle's over and GG's. And I hope you locked in profits. And like, it's so silly, dude. I almost can't stomach it anymore. But we got to because we're not ever leaving here. But yeah, we're kind of continuing on from last week. Last week, 20 billion. It wasn't even 20 billion liquidated. It was like 40 billion liquidated from the market. This week, small recovery. And then really in the past 24, 48 hours, it's kind of resuming that kind of action, especially in the past 24. It's the trade war with China. That's really the biggest thing going on here. But a buddy of mine sent me this. He dropped it in a group chat and he said, "This is me," which it is. Like, it's perfect. It's me. And that's what I'm going to be saying today, basically. I'm not going to call for alt season. I've never been that guy. But I can get on board with this is the last shakeout or buy the dip or it's early, because I actually believe all three of those things. I don't care if people buy also. Don't buy the dip. I don't care. But it's early. You guys know my time frame, my horizon. I think it's really early here. So that's me. I wish I could do like a dude. I wish I could do an avatar and put that over my face. That would be me. Anyway, dude, how are you feeling this morning, man? By the way, Friday show, community show. You guys come and chat. We're live on Spaces too. Come over to my account and hop up and chat at any point during the stream today. And of course, Friday shows we're joined by Cats Fanatic. So welcome, buddy.
Yo. If anybody's left, if anybody's still standing, come join us.
Very fucking few soldiers left here, but man, some strong ones still. Feelings about the market right now? You spooked? You indifferent? We're usually on a very similar page here. You feeling similar?
I mean, maybe my take's bad, but I don't care. Like, I still, maybe, who knows? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're the crazy ones. I feel like there's a lot of manipulation. I feel like, okay, maybe we're not having Uptober, but I still think we go way higher by the end of this year.
I like it. We got Musty up here, and also like it's a good point that people are making on the timeline about like if you think there's more to come and we're going higher, and why? Like, why? What are the reasons? Why do you think anybody would be buying? And I'll tell you, man, I came prepared today with reasons why people are going to be buying, and it's stuff we've known. Nothing's going to be surprising. It's almost like we're going to do a review of the past year. We know what's coming. That's why this is kind of crazy to me. We know what's coming. I think it's really obvious where this goes if the broader market holds up and is going to give us that. And a lot of this is timing, like, not to go off on a big tangent here, but a lot of the virtuals predictions. Well, think if the market would have gotten to, peak and euphoria when virtuals is also, well, then you get those crazy predictions actually happening. It's kind of like NFT's last cycle. So you can see the things that would be hot in that perfect moment and you can predict them right, but you can't. It's very hard to time the market and have those things happening at the same time. So I don't know. I'm really bullish for next year still, but Musty dude, nice to see you here, man. A rare treat.
Well, I always see you guys here, but I can't listen to virtuals. I love you, but I just can't listen to anybody talk about virtuals. You know how much I think that shit's trash. But yeah, pack it up. We're fucking done here, dude. We're done for here.
Game over.
Over. Cycle topped.
Do you believe it? You really believe
kidding.
it?
I'm kidding. I'm long on 5x leverage right now. This guy can suck my dick, dude. They never shake me out, dude.
There we go. No, like real talk. Um, I hate to say like buying now while it's still so volatile, especially on leverage, is like the best play. But dude, if you got big balls, this is where you can make it. This is where you can really make some splashy plays, dude. This is where some people do that generational thing. I'm still watching, by the way, for like another big, like worse than a shakeout, like just a like some kind of crash. I still think we can go way, way lower, and it's probably going to be a quick thing that happens. But like, yeah, I'm not convinced the worst is over, but I'm also very convinced like the best is still in front of us, all time highs. Like I'm convinced of it, dude. Must be big balls though, going 5x leverage. What are you buying?
Bro, I think Confusion's on 7x leverage, bro. I talked to this motherfucker, bro.
What?
I think he's even like going harder than me, bro. Now I'm long Hondo right now. I just keep trading Hondo because Hondo is fucking owned by the government and BlackRock and Trump. So it's just a coin that I think will never die. So even if it goes down, it'll always come back up, in my opinion.
All right, Confusion, come up if you want, buddy. And it goes for anybody here, of course. Friday's your show. It's our show together. This morning, though, right, we're seeing, and by the way, it was yesterday too. I mean, we're just waking up to news of what hundreds of millions liquidated from this market. This morning, it's 1.2 billion liquidated in the past 24 hours. Again, it's whatever. But you know, what gets me is seeing the tweets. It's what we were talking about before. It's like keyboard monkey saying everything just started cracking and you're buying, right? These are the takes that I can't. I get it if you're trying to time the very bottom. I get that, but making it sound like it's a bad time to be getting back in is tricky, right? James Wynn is talking about taking profits and de-risking. Like people are definitely talking like we're near the end, and I can get with that. Near the end doesn't mean we've seen the top either, but I can get with that. And there are these toppy signals. Star Platinum put out a good tweet. I mean, he's not wrong. I just think what he's actually pointing out is the new normal. Like, I actually think that's like he's showing correct things that in the past was toppy because there were it was so much smaller. This is normal now. Content creators posting $2,000 job offers, right? We've seen that recently, and that was like offered 30 grand, 15 grand for a month of like shit posting on X, like, right? That probably would sound toppy last signal. Meme coins on TV shows. I think Fox News was talking about Pump Fun recently. Perps trading like esports. That was fun a couple of weeks ago. Streamers earning 5 to 6 figures in creator fees. That was just a month ago. We've had some crazy, crazy stuff happen. But if you believe this is where the internet is just getting, monetized is the wrong word, but tokenized and then gambled on, this is normal. This will be an everyday thing all day, every day. Like these posts, we won't even, they won't even register going forward. And I think we're at that kind of right now. But we had some news that broke just before the show went live. If the market has been decimated from the new China-US trade wars, and really it's more than that, right? There was some fuckery on Binance. I think was the real cause of the liquidations. Maybe the trade wars was used as cover for it. I think I can get with that that idea. But Trump came out this morning and said no, that there will not be tariffs against China. They're not going to stand. It's that negotiating tactic that we know. At the same time, China this morning said that the U.S. has kicked off a global trade war. So it is the war of words right now. They are meeting in 2 weeks. I think they have a date already set, but that was also announced in 2 weeks. They're meeting, I believe, in South Korea. This is going exactly like we expected. And gotta say, still expecting that up and to the right's coming pretty damn soon. It's going exactly how, a lot of people thought. Any quick takes from anybody here, Musty or Cats? And then if not, I'm going to get to the market here, start getting into some topics. I'm going to tell you why I'm so bullish too, but anything from you guys? Nope. All right, cool.
You're always bullish, dude. You're always bullish. Are you ever bearish? Are you ever bearish? Literally ever?
Yeah. No, I am. And Cats probably remembers, like in a bear market, I'm very bearish. I did not think we were going to recover as quickly as we did. I thought we would see years of like nothing. I was shocked it came back so soon. I still would argue that NFTs never found their real bottom. Like I was expecting most of those collections to be, priced at a few $100, maybe $1,000. Like
I thought everything was going lower, bro. Genuinely. Like I genuinely thought everything was going lower.
I'm with you. No, I do the bear side too. It's just, I think the big thing is, and I say it a lot, but maybe still I need to do it more. It's like my time horizon is just very, I'm not playing for here and today. Like I'm looking for those opportunities, but it's like I'm still 2030 is the date I have. If I have a date circle, it's 2030. And that's kind of all I care about. So and I have no doubts about that really. I don't. But when I'm bearish, I will sound every bit as extreme as I do when I'm bullish too. So you'll see it. Maybe. Bitcoin here, and I'm going to click in here because it's really volatile. We dropped to 102, I believe. We might have touched 101. And then on that news that Trump saying that the tariffs won't stand, right? We bounced back to, I think we touched 106. We're basically there right now. Dude, it's wild too. I was looking at the chart. We've pulled back 20% or so. I don't know, 15 times in the past few years. Like it's more normal than people want to, admit. It happens. It happens. And often, almost always, we find all-time highs from there, or at least we find stability at a pretty decent range. Like it's not crazy. ETH is under 4K though, 3,700. BNB, over 1,000, 1,072. Ripple 229. Solana 181. All in all, I mean, it's not a great past week. Everything's down double digits. Ripple down almost 20%. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm feeling like I'm feeling this is pretty bottomy here. I won't be surprised if we dump, but I do think this is an interesting spot. Quickly on ETFs, starting with Bitcoin, 530 million outflows yesterday. So really, really big day outflows. Very curious how today's going to look. On the ETH side, how are we looking? Just 56 million outflows yesterday. And then let's peek at Solana real quick. And how are we looking? 2.9 million outflows. Not crazy. Not crazy. I'll keep peeking back at prices throughout the show. I'm just very, very curious. But CBB also tweeting, and I don't really disagree here, saying I'm convinced something broke in crypto 7 days ago. Something might have, and I don't think it broke as in, like I said, all-time highs, I think still coming, but maybe something changed here. There's so many things happening in crypto that like aren't organic. That's like manipulation and insider trading, and that was exposed again, I think, here. And a lot of that has to do just with market makers. Like, is that good and healthy for the markets? Is it? Because it adds that like extreme volatility here too. I think that broke. But there's other points here. Bitcoin's already a top 10 asset in the world. Digital asset treasuries bought over 10% of ETH and it couldn't touch 5K. Alts can nuke by 80% in 5 minutes at any time. Do you feel early? I do. I got to be honest. I do. Was chatting with a buddy who I hope is listening right now. Old friend of mine who isn't really in crypto, has some, right? Has a little Bitcoin, right? But chatting with him and like just getting a feel for like, how does he look at crypto? When you're in it, you realize how much smaller it really is, right? The community and traders, people that are not in it don't realize that. It's this big daunting thing to them that is a whole industry, and it is an industry, but it's a much bigger thing to them than it really is. And they think they already missed it. They're sure they missed it already. And that was like another sign for me how early it is that they don't see it clearly and they don't realize the opportunity still there for them. And that just tells me when they realize they still have upside, right? When they realize that, and they will learn that at some point, they're coming in the same way that's happening with gold right now. In fact, I'll put that on the screen. But I imagine you got a lot of buddies who aren't in crypto still. Do you think they see it accurately at all? Like at all?
Not even. And you know what's funny? So I was on a Spaces yesterday with like 4,000 people, and it was an AI Spaces, right? But there was an actual builder on there who's been building an AI infrastructure for years, and he was talking about why the Googles of the world and stuff are now looking at blockchain as a solution for AI. And he's talking about wild stuff being built that was way over my head, but essentially, the TLDR on the whole conversation was that crypto is the solution for AI infrastructure. It wasn't really crypto, is blockchain. And so it wasn't specific to a specific coin, anything like that. But how it is going to be the solution for AI and actual truth in AI. And I'm like, hearing all this, I'm like, people, like, we're still early because people don't understand what, and his point was like, you see all the billions of dollars being, put into these AI, like, that there's going to be return on investment in that eventually. And that's going to come through crypto. So, it's just funny. Like, we are early to this still. I work in an office. I'm the only crypto person. I'm still that crazy guy. And they're like, "Oh, did you make millions?" And I'm like, "No, not yet."
I believe it's still coming, dude. But they think if you're here, you've already done it, or you're going to. And I want them to know, if I believe that I'm going to still, and I do, that means you can too. It is that early. I still believe, I'm still going to say 2030. I think you've got that opportunity. Beyond that, I don't know. But I do think there is that watershed moment, right? There's still that moment that's coming that looks a lot like 21, but just bigger. The scale of it's bigger. I think kind of dwarfs that. I think I even heard, was B-Check maybe? I think B-Check this morning was kind of talking about something we talk about here. That moment where Bitcoin goes from wherever it's at now to a mill. It's not happening all at once. It's a process. It's a lot of upside in Bitcoin if you think it's going there too. It's a 10x in Bitcoin still. Just imagine what happens to the things around Bitcoin along the way, the things that have, the stuff that comes and goes, but that in that process, 50x's, 100x's, like that stuff happens a lot still. And man, will just keep happening here. And I also still think AI crypto is a really interesting thing to be betting on here. That kind of ties into all the token airdrops that are coming. I'll get to that, but there's so many token airdrops coming, and I think that's just a fraction of what's really coming over the next few years. A lot of opportunities here. Gold all-time high, another one. I don't know how many all-time highs gold has printed this week, but it feels like almost every day. Do you know, cats off the top, what's gold at now? Was it like
I
46?
do not. I don't.
It's cooking.
Yeah.
Easy, like, saying real obvious stuff that just makes sense. Gold's a leading indicator for risk on assets. And it's a bet against the dollar in a way. And he's right. And I think Bitcoin catches right up to it. But CZ also put out a really cool post here too, if it's real, and I think it is, but a video out of Vietnam, people lined up outside of a store, and we're talking like dozens of people, maybe even hundreds of people lined up to buy gold. While gold's at an all-time high, people lined up to buy gold. I'm gonna play this real quick. I just we won't hear audio, but I just want to get a peek at how many people. Assuming that's real, yeah. I mean, just look at how many they're lined up to buy. Like, everything can be fake these days. Don't know, but I'm gonna pretend it's real. Exactly what we think is going to happen with Bitcoin. All-time highs hit, and then it's the rush to go catch that wave. It happens. I bet on greed. I will keep betting on greed. I'll keep betting on like human nature. And if that's real, you're seeing it right there. I can't understand. I can't even see a scenario where that doesn't happen to Bitcoin again. I can't see it. So that just gives me more confidence looking at something like that. This is funny. It's a really funny place to put it in, but Choose Rich Nick went super viral like a day or two ago. Super viral. We need that. Some people hate it. I get why you hate that. You hate Thread Guy. You hate, those Solana girls and shit. Like, I get it, but we need it. If CZ's point was we're shitty at marketing, and we are, these are our marketers right now. They're doing the Lord's work. Nick had a post that went, dude, 15 million views on this thing. It's a crypto bro getting 15 million views. It's not pumping our bags or anything, but like, come on. Do you like Nick?
Dude, can you explain why everybody's so upset about, like, I thought this was hilarious. I don't understand what people's issue with this is.
I don't get it at all. At all. I don't remember, is the girl AI or is she real?
Oh, that part I don't know.
Because there was a little trend where people were like putting AI, like putting a girlfriend in it. So he was either playing off that, but why that one like exploded, I don't totally get it. But I love Nick, and his ability to get eyeballs like here in this space is nothing but good. So we need more of that. Honestly, we need it, and we need the Thread guys, and we need it. That's just one of those things, one of those like, dominoes that, gets us to that situation with gold, people flocking to buy this stuff. Dude, that tweet was so big, but there's people way outside of crypto, right? Or just like super, I don't know. He's getting a lot of eyeballs. Point is, a lot. Why I'm bullish. Katz, let me ask you first. Why are you still so optimistic or bullish on crypto?
Here's the thing, right? I'm like you. Like, I'm here long term. Like, whatever happens right now is irrelevant, because for me, we're in a place where there is so much happening on the regulation and infrastructure side, and everyone's moving in one direction. Everyone is moving in a crypto direction worldwide. I mean, you know, we have countries buying Bitcoin. We have our own country is finally trying to put laws in place. And of course, there's, you know, back and forth and whatever, and people try to stop it. But this wave, you know, this was not like this in 2021, right? Like that cycle had everything against it. And now that we're actually like the US is finally getting on board and trying to put the infrastructure in place and regulations and talking reserves and all this stuff, like now we're going to be bearish. Come on. Like this, you know, and again, all that takes time. I mean, we're not talking this year, maybe even next year, 2 years. This is a long-term thing, but how can people not see what's coming? And again, maybe we're the crazy ones, but
Yeah, I don't think so. So I'll list. These are just this is a fraction of what's coming. Like we've talked about so much on this show over the past, you know, year, especially since Trump took office and we started getting just such, you know, big announcements, big news. A fraction of it, this is just what I could gather, you know, this morning and from memory too. We have Morgan Stanley, who's launching a crypto trading platform next year. I think CME is launching a 24/7 crypto trading platform too, and also like stock trading and shit. Like big stuff there. Retirement plans can start investing in crypto. That's a huge one. That hasn't started yet. That's a huge one. That is, let me put it on the screen here. There was an executive order Trump signed just last month. No, in August, so 2 months ago. There is $9 trillion in 401k assets right now. And I believe a lot of these funds and financial advisors are going to be advising people to put in up to like 4% of their their investments, their portfolio be in Bitcoin. Probably mostly Bitcoin, but in crypto. That's like an absurd amount of money that we haven't seen touch this space before. That's coming still. We have the market structure bill still coming. That's still one of those things I think could be black swanny if it doesn't pass. I expect it to pass, but not as sure as I was before. We've got the Stripe blockchain coming. We have rate cuts coming. We have all these token airdrops. Like we have so many catalysts and liquidity injecting events, and I'm sure there's things that are wreck us too, but the C tokens coming in Mask and ABS and Hype, another Hype drop, right? We have the Meteora token, a Poly token coming, Lighters coming, Pump, Base. There's so many tokens coming. And I still think that's just a little slice of what's really coming over the next few years. As more big money, big companies, big institutions come to crypto, a lot of them are going to drop tokens. A lot of them will. And then we have the investments in AI. You can say I can almost count on some more Trump crime, probably a little what's going on right now. But maybe the biggest thing is like the reason we crashed is more about crime and fuckery and like bad I don't want to say infrastructure, but you know, a lot to do with market makers. Maybe some of these regulations will fix that. But the biggest thing is the trade war will get settled at some point. And a lot of this, that was the cover, or that was maybe the root cause, but that will get settled too. And a lot of these things get settled in an instant, right? The trade war, if it's just words, tomorrow could be over and it could be a big announcement and really bullish for things. And all of a sudden I can't see us not hitting all-time high like relatively soon here. Again, what I just read off is a fraction of what is actually coming. And smart guys like Matt Hogan, I have on the screen here. I like him a lot. He's consistently said this is stuff that more plays out more in 2026, maybe early on, but whatever. It wasn't a right now thing. We have a lot more coming, man. And those are, I mean, literally just a few reasons I'm really optimistic still here.
Yep. We talked about this when that executive order got signed. But like this, again, how do people not understand this? Okay, if you are a traditional 401k investor, right, and you even, I don't even think about 4%, even if you put 1% into crypto, that number's incredible because, like you said, this is money that hasn't touched this market yet. And this is money that also is not getting out of this market. When you're putting into a 401k, you're talking about people putting money in from their paychecks every 2 weeks, whatever, that isn't coming out for years. Like this is not money that's getting touched. You're putting money into crypto that's not coming out. Like that. How do we not go up? Like I don't know.
Yep. More digital asset treasuries. I know Look, we look at those as a potential black swan event kind of too, and they might be, but we still have that. We still have, what we have, strategic Bitcoin reserves here in the States, overseas. There's so many things coming. I'm, dude, really optimistic, really, and that's in the short term here. Guys, keep me posted too, if you don't mind, in chat on prices. I'm really curious if we, I don't know, rip back up to 110, if we, I don't know, even fall. I want to kind of keep an eye on it during the show. In fact, I'm going to pull it up real quick here. There was one other thing. It was like something that can get fixed. Oh, you know what, dude? I didn't even mention, also part of like sentiment right now, and why, there's nobody can get their footing right. The government shut down, right? We have so many crazy things happening right now. Like, of course, crypto feels awful. Of course it does. I just got to question again all these tweets out there and all the calling of the end. Yeah, I think it's crazy talk here. Market looks the same as a few minutes ago. Yeah, and if anything changes here in the chat, let me know. Choina, is there anyone that honestly doesn't think the fickle masses won't flock to convert their physical gold into digital gold? Wouldn't be me, Choina. I mean, you have a lot of investors in Bitcoin who are looking for a return on their investment, who at some point are to feel like they got it in gold for now, and they cycle over to Bitcoin. I just really, really obvious stuff I think is coming. And if I didn't mention rate cuts already, I think it did, but more rate cuts are coming. There's more stimulus in different forms coming. It's just, again, really obvious things. Final thoughts from anyone? I don't know if Musty's still, no, Musty's not here. Final thoughts on anything about that, Cats? Otherwise, we'll get to prediction markets and virtuals and NFTs.
No, we got plenty to go to. Let's go.
Gotta say, dude, I love that NFTs are like at least kind of hot right now. Like, at least we have shit to talk about in NFTs. It's my favorite. Kraken tweeted yesterday or 2 days ago. They tweeted out like, NFTs were actually kind of cool. It's a great tweet. They actually were.
Oh, look at Obi-Wan coming in here and fudding our bags. I like it.
All right, let's see. Gold pumping on dollar strength. That's a really great point, by the way. We talked about the dollar earlier this week, too. The dollar is looking like it's getting stronger, at least like very recently, too. And that's not great. But yeah, gold pumping on dollar strength is a major risk-off factor. I'm no economist, but things are looking bleak. U.S. can't export inflation. It's a good take. It's a good take. The dollar thing is yeah, not great. Not great. Prediction markets, and we're going to do this a little quicker today, but a couple things that have caught my eye. Poly market accuracy is at 95.2% right now. Like we say a lot, if you're not going to prediction markets every day and looking for news and basing a lot of your sentiment off that, I think you're missing something. You don't have to do it. I'm just saying I think you're missing a little bit of an edge there. You put money behind, I don't know, news, and yeah, I think you get a little more accurate take. It's a great way to measure sentiment, like we do in meme coins and everything. Money is a great gauge for sentiment in something, and it sure as hell seems to be that way in sports and politics and whatever's your favorite thing. But 95.2, I don't know how you measure that exactly, but well, you measure the outcomes, I guess, right? But I like it. I like it a lot. Quickly from Choina, fearful there will be a new crime spree. Media's doing a great job of letting thieves know there's a ton of gold in people's homes, often just tucked in a sock drawer. Yeah, that's scary, actually, but that's also a good point here. We can skip that. It's a silly story, but U.S. Army general admits he uses ChatGPT to make key command decisions. That scares the shit out of me, dude, because I do know people that, I'm like, no joke here, I know people that, like, when they get a text message, they don't reply till they run it in ChatGPT. And then they just take the reply and send it. And I think on the work side, if you don't really understand AI, not work side, I don't know why I said that. But there's people who think that the answer it gives you is correct. They don't understand how it works. And it's like these predictive, kind of outcomes or replies. They take the answer and they run with it. I see it a lot, dude, in business especially. That scares me. If that's real, and I wouldn't be shocked that you've got some older military guy who does think it's that, uses it like that, and that would scare the shit out of me, dude. But I think it's real. Do you think people use AI the right way? Like a majority of people?
No, people do not use AI the right way. I agree with you. And my wife's a teacher, and man, she's a high school teacher, so she's constantly seeing this stuff. AI should be AI is a tool, right? It's not your brain yet. So that's where people people see it as truth, and it's not truth yet.
Yeah,
Yet.
you get the answer. It's the right answer because Grok told you or ChatGPT or whatever. Yeah, dude, that's pretty freaking creepy. On Predict Base, I launched a market last week. It got canceled. Kat's explained to me why it got canceled, and I get it. So I launched. Well, actually, one of them's still up till actually tomorrow. Interesting. Okay, hang on. I'll get to that in a second. I launched which Taylor Swift song on her new album will be the second most streamed song by October 10th. So last week. It didn't resolve. Nobody else bet on it. What the fuck? Nobody bet on it, so that's why it would have been free money. You could just go look on Spotify and and see what was the second most streamed song, but nobody bet on it, so market canceled because I was the only one who bet. So I wasn't sure why it was canceled. Kat's explained it. Makes sense. But what's the update with live odds? Because I saw a tweet. I think they might have tweeted out even like a screenshot of what it looks like.
Yeah, and I put a post too.
You have one?
I would be willing to bet it happens before the end of the month. Let's say that.
Okay.
And then, you know, maybe it's nice to maybe we can get the boys on here and talk about it once it does.
Oh, it would be sweet. All right. So by the end of the month means we've got like what, just under 2 weeks to go. It doesn't, I mean, Cat's probably's got a little inside scoop. I didn't read from him that that's like a tomorrow thing, today, tomorrow thing.
I would say that's a no on that one.
Okay. Well, you guys got free money there you can take. Otherwise, I'm just going to get refunded here. If you guys want me to get my money back, don't. Oh, no, other people bet. All right, cool shit. Other people bet. You can bet no right now and get some free money. It's, yeah, kind of that simple. You probably should. Why not? If it's a buck, it's farm the platform a little bit. Like there's no reason to not. Bet no there. Just do it. Yeah, just bet no there. Kalshi last week, dude. This was huge. This is right after we went live last week, like just after. I think this was tweeted out. Actually, it was while we were live. I don't know if we caught it. $300 million raise at a $5 billion valuation. What caught me here was going global, 140 plus countries, one liquidity pool, which I'm not going to claim that I totally get what that means, but I do think it means like just more liquid markets and less. I think it adds some stability to the markets too. Maybe less. Yeah, Katz, do you have a better understanding of like what the one liquidity pool would mean for all these markets?
I mean, essentially, it's just more liquidity in general. You're getting a worldwide audience because Kalshi was only available in the U.S. before. To me, there was already so much liquidity anyway. It's wild to even think about. But it's an interesting thing. And again, if people aren't using prediction markets, it's worth at least going on and getting familiar. And I think, I don't know, I feel like I want to do a space at some point. As much as I hate the X broadcast because like as a viewer, you can't see everybody else's comments. And I like that chat. But like, I need to be able to show people order books and like, especially during a live event. Like live events are wild watching them on prediction markets. But if you see the liquidity that's on sports, it's on Kalshi, and that's the US degenerate gamblers, right? On sports. But if you go like any other, like the mentioned markets and the political stuff and all the other stuff has more volume on Polymarket worldwide. Because like the US, is crazy about sports and everybody else is, all into the other stuff and doesn't care about you stupid Americans with your sports, especially football, right? Like American football. And what's gonna happen is the numbers are gonna equalize. As now the rest of the world gets the availability to also bet on Kalshi, and Polymarket US comes online with sports, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like now that US people in the US won't have to use a VPN to access Polymarket to bet on sports. They're gonna also put volume there. And as now the rest of the world is able to use Kalshi in one liquidity pool, there's going to be liquidity coming on the other things. It's honestly, and I don't see this as like a zero-sum game where like one platform's going to win. This isn't like that. Like they're both going to win, and there's going to be more winners because I still think the aggregation side is interesting because I know of some more tools that are being built right now that are just really cool. And that's where people are looking for edges still. But like, what's interesting is the arb plays between the sites. Like, if you have a dashboard where you can see, oh, on this market, Kalshi has it at this, but Polymarket has it at this, but Myriad Market has it at this. So here's the best play, and this is where I'm going to play it. Like, people are going to play the markets off each other and still bet on all of them, right? So it's all a liquidity game, and man, there's a lot of just so much liquidity in prediction markets right now.
I asked Grok why one liquidity pool would matter. Deeper liquidity, single pool aggregates buy and sell orders from all participants, reduces price slippage. It's actually kind of lessens your opportunities here to catch things that are kind of out of whack, which we look for on Polymarket. Tighter bid and ask spreads. Okay. Seamless trades across markets. Yeah. Again, I just want to wrap my head around it more, but
so to me, again, you can think about this. Again, it's hard if you haven't done this. So on an NFL game, people, I'm serious, like, just go to Kalshi. Even if you don't have an account, you can look at the order book on an NFL game before the game starts. So now this is not like, I'm talking like Sunday morning. If you go on and look at the order book, there will be millions of dollars sitting in the order book. And so look on the no side of whichever team you want to bet on, because again, like, Robinhood uses Kalshi as their back end, but on Robinhood you can only bet the yes. So people on Robinhood, like normies, bet yes on the team they want to win at whatever the active market price is. Go on the no side and look at the order book. So if the price is 50 cents, go on the no 49 cents, you will see over $1 million sitting there on the order book. On the 1 cent below, look at the next cent below. So if it's active at 50, look at 49, look at 48. You'll see massive bid walls, millions of dollars sitting there. And that's all the liquidity they're talking about. Like, so that doesn't happen on political markets and stuff yet. But again, you add the whole world liquidity into that pool. Now you're gonna start seeing that. Now, you're not going to get opportunities to get that if it was at 50 cents, you're not going to get opportunities to get that at 45 cents now, because those massive bid walls now exist 1 cent below, 2 cents below. Like, so you do lose that edge, if you will. But if you know how to use an order book, you still have an edge where you're not paying the fee. Because if you buy it at 50 cents, you're actually getting it at like 51.5 for 52 cents after fees. Whereas if you use the order book, you're not getting hit with that. So it's deep in the weeds and and all that, but
I don't know. I don't like it. I like things to get broken and out of whack.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry.
No, it's actually cool. Prediction markets, like, I mean, it really obvious they're cooking and only going to keep getting bigger. But weekly notional volume, the second highest week ever last week, only topped by the election last year. So the money on these bets, right, the size of these positions in a way, right, growing and growing and growing, just getting bigger. Also, the third highest week of volume ever, and an all-time high here in prediction market transactions, and only growing. Dude, I can't even. There's no way this goes down. Like, it doesn't decline. I don't understand what would make that happen, especially with so much happening in politics and like sports. Like, maybe between seasons you might expect it to pull back a bit because so much of it is sports betting. But otherwise, I think this will even look like nothing. A year out or so. But a lot of money, dude. A lot of people that are not crypto people that are on those platforms and getting some exposure, at least.
This is literally the mass adoption event. This is it. And I mean, now Kalshi's coming on the blockchain, right? Like, I mean, you skipped over that announcement too. Like, you couldn't see any of this before, and now Kalshi's coming on the blockchain. So now that only helps the data infrastructure so that we can see all this. And again, this helps all the tooling, all the aggregators, like all this stuff. Aggregation side is so interesting to me. And I talked to some devs and stuff on this. So it's really hard. And again, I'm sorry if I'm going in the weeds and people aren't interested in this, but you really should be. So what makes the aggregation hard? Do you know what makes the aggregation of prediction markets so hard, Huda? I don't know
No.
if you know this. We haven't had this conversation. Okay. The markets aren't universal, right? So Kalshi can list a market one way, Polymarket can list it a completely different way for the same market, and then Myriad might list it somehow different. So, for example, Kalshi on sports events lists the home team first, which is dumb. Polymarket lists the home team second. So they're the same game, but the actual way it's listed is different, which makes it hard on the back end. Like for an aggregator, you're going to look for a sports game, but they're in reverse order.
That makes sense.
So in every market, you know, and even like, okay, so I'm going to tell you, so I'm experimenting in all this stuff, right? So there's it's interesting looking at like longer term stuff, right? Because if you can find an edge, like something cheap that you think might hit, you know, where you can take out a profit. For example, now this was, you know, right after the liquidation thing when we had a bounce back. You know, earlier in the week, I took a position, like I put in bids for Bitcoin to go over 130,000 by the end of October. Now, super low bids, right? And they all got filled by today. So I'm in for an average of like 10 cents. But on Polymarket, it's actually that number is over 130,000. On Kalshi, it's over $129,999. Again, it's the same essential market, but they're listed differently. So how do you aggregate that? You know what I'm saying? Like those are the roadblocks that are coming in place with all these different markets. Essentially, both big markets or big prediction market platforms have the same markets, but they're listed differently. It just makes it harder to aggregate.
So how does blockchain fix that?
I mean, blockchain doesn't fix that issue. I'm just talking about something that's coming up with aggregation. But at least all the actual data on who's betting on what and how much and the wallets and because now there's all these tools, especially on Polymarket, that look for insider trading. Like there's a lot of tools that do this now, and they'll look for new wallets that just, you know, dump $100,000 on one side all of a sudden out of nowhere and all this stuff and track it. And you can't guarantee it's insider, but you can kind of figure out. And you couldn't do that on Kalshi because it wasn't on the blockchain. So
interesting. Oh, I like it, dude. I like it, dude. During these periods where these things are emerging, and it's not like prediction markets are just emerging, but you get it. Like, dude, the opportunities are so stupid. So stupid. I freaking love it. Dude, awesome insights there.
Tell you, man, I love this stuff so much, and I'm learning a ton and deep in the weeds right now.
They got that like prediction markets got that electric feel, right? Like it reminds me, it's bigger, but reminds me early virtuals. Anything that came out that was like, you know, a spicy meta and are exciting, it's got that electricity. It's got that, but it's just so it's huge. It's huge. Like you said before, it is the mass adoption, like event platform product. What it is the one. It is. It's the NBA Top Shot put on.
Oh, this is way bigger.
Because
here's the thing. Like I've got a Taylor Swift mention or prediction market in that my normie friend is like sending me texts about. Like, oh, make sure you get in on this. I mention markets are going to be. They're going to be everywhere. Like that's what kids are going to like. I mean, you know, college kids, you know, 18, right? But that's what kids are going to like be. I swear to you, I watched the Trump White House press conference yesterday I never watched that crap, but because I was in the Kalshi Discord and everybody thought there was a crypto, like he was going to say crypto in that press conference, I went and put a bid in. And I was actually up on it for a little bit before it started, and then it ended up being about IVF medications, and I'm like, oh man, you know, that position's tanked now. But I put in a bid on like what he's going to say this week, and so you know, there's more chances still. But like stuff like that, people watch live events together now just to hear what people say, and it's all because of prediction markets. Like mention markets are wild now,
dude. It's like I used to be really into sports. I stopped after I have kids, really. But I would pay attention to football if I was playing fantasy football, right? If I was just gambling, if I just wanted to do something for fun, to hang out with buddies, to make some money, whatever, I'd pay attention to the thing. So I'd watch it, right? It's so freaking fun. Again, it's the most obvious thing is happening here. Make some money, dudes. Just
and also like this stuff. Okay, so everybody's all down about the market. Ain't nobody down right now, like in those circles that because we're all like, we're all having fun talking about different markets. Like, oh, what's he going to say in this? And there's, the mayoral debate was last night. People talking about that. And, the NFL game last night, the Bengals actually won. And are they going to say veteran? Because we got, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco playing. Like, I mean, all this different stuff. It's just fun. And like, you can sit there with your friends and actively, have fun doing this stuff. And it's bear proof. Like, people want to have fun and bet on stuff, and
dude, people are out like hundreds of thousands just on the week on it's just on Polymarket, dude. There's big money there. There's big money there. A couple other quick headlines from prediction markets. MetaMask, you'll see Polymarket markets, I think, in the app, in the MetaMask wallet, which is cool. You'll see them everywhere, but really cool. You'll see them on all your favorite websites. You'll see little, probably, markets about those topics too. It'll be fun if you're a gamer. You'll see prediction markets about games, and you like cooking. I keep going back to examples like I want my wife to bet. If you're on a cooking website, I imagine you'll see it there too at some point. Like, why not?
But again, sorry, before we move on, like on that point, right? MetaMask is going to be just like Robinhood. So it's just going to be the live odds. It's not going to, like, you're not going to be able to do the order book through there. So again, if people don't know this stuff, that's what I'm telling you, like, learn this stuff. Because if you don't know this stuff, you have an edge over anybody using, I mean, I can't imagine anybody using MetaMask for a prediction market doesn't know how to use Polymarket. Honestly, like, if you're a DGen using MetaMask, like, just get on the Polymarket platform and learn it and learn how to use an order book. But again, what my point is, because MetaMask is going to get a cut from that. They're going to take a fee off the top, just like Robinhood does off of the calls you bet. So there's going to be more volume though. The whole point of that, well, there's more volume coming into an active live market that you can take advantage of on the no side. I mean, now that's had it where you can do yes or no, but it's still, if somebody's clicking yes, there has to be an opposite no. It's binary market. So if you have an order sitting on no right below that, then you're going to get filled, not have the fees, and you're in at a better price.
Love it. You get an edge. I think our last headline, it's not a headline, whatever. It's another free agent scooped up by a prediction market platform. We got Vo going to Kalshi. So you got Easy as your boyfriend, right? Is with Polymarket. Vo is taking the other side. So you got, they're going head to head now, joining Kalshi, ambassador or whatever. I don't know. But joining their squad. Dude, she got a retweet from CZ this week. It's a big one. That's pretty cool. Dude, our crypto Twitter people are getting big. It's really cool. She's like 100,000 plus followers now. Love to see it. And it's great because normies are going to pay attention to Kalshi. They're going to find Vo, and Vo's going to be talking about Magic Eden and NFTs and crypto and whatever. Like, this is so good for us just in general. This is it's a Trojan horse. Really cool stuff. I did find a market that I probably want to bet on. Probably. There's a big UFO alien documentary coming out next month, and we got to mark it up here. More likely, aliens are confirmed this year, or Bitcoin hitting 200K. I think you got to go aliens, dude. If that's really a market on Polymarket, I think you have to go aliens. Like there's a documentary coming out, I think November, with like government officials and shit. Like Marco Rubio's on it, and they're going to confirm aliens and bodies. We got them and ships and like interesting market. Interesting. All right, let's get to virtuals, man.
I don't think that's an actual market. Those are two separate markets.
Damn. All right, let me check.
What it's saying is, like, in the alien market, there's a 6% chance, and in the Bitcoin to 200K, there's a 5% chance.
Got it. I was hoping they were.
It's saying there's a higher chance of aliens than Bitcoin.
Got it
at 200.
I'm gonna, dude. But if that's really a market, and there's only a 6% chance that they're confirmed, when we know that documentary,
that's definitely a market.
Like, come on, that's like big free money. Hang on, that's
again, with all these, like, you got to read the rules like that. There it is, right there,
dude. There's
go to the rules.
Okay. The market will resolve yes if the president or any member of the cabinet, which Marco Rubio is in the cabinet. How do they have to declare it though? Because he literally is doing it in a documentary that comes out next month. In the trailer, he already says it there in the trailer.
He says specifically extraterrestrial life or technology exists.
We're going to watch the trailer right now. Okay. I'm telling you, I think there's free money here. UFO disclosure. I'm going to find this because this is like that's 6%.
I mean, if he actually says extraterrestrial life or technology exists in that,
and by the way, in his cabinet too, so we have so many other people. I'm like 90% sure. Let's watch it. Age of disclosure. Okay, hang on.
I'm only doubting you because, man, people are so smart with this stuff. Like that, as soon as that trailer got released, that thing would shoot up if that was the case.
You would think, yeah, and that could be. So let's see. He confirmed for sure ships, or I know he confirmed this. I remember confirmed things over our like military bases and stuff that are not ours. That's different than they're aliens.
That's different than extraterrestrial life.
Yep. All right, let's watch it. Let's see if we can get an edge here. All right, I'm going to play this here. Let me share so we can hear audio. We might have something here.
If he says extraterrestrial, I'm going and making that bet right now.
Boom. I don't think he says extraterrestrial, by the way. I'm thinking through what I saw. I don't think he says those words. One of the other guys might.
That's why the rules matter.
So they have to say
extraterrestrial life or technology. It has to say extraterrestrial.
Hang on, let me see. They definitively state that extraterrestrial life or technology exists. Just that it exists and is tech, not just life. Okay, there might be something here.
Extraterrestrial is the key word there.
All right, let's go.
We've had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours.
These are otherworldly things that are performing maneuvers that haven't been seen.
Otherworldly, would that count?
No, it has to be extraterrestrial in the rules. Okay. That's why it's still at 6%.
Okay. And by the way, that's probably then accurate because this has been screened at one of the film festivals too. And that's the kind of info that, most people wouldn't know, but the guys who were playing this market would have gone and dug and found from somebody who watched it. But let's keep watching.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
Again, non-human, not extraterrestrial.
It has to say extraterrestrial.
This is why you have to read the rules of markets.
This is so secret. There have been very few people in our entire government that have been allowed or provided access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis, but that begins to ramp out of control.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees. People have been hurt protecting and hiding this information.
Some people claim it would cost them their lives if they spoke out about these things.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
Close, but it ain't it.
I'm not making that bet.
So I might, because just to gamble, just to have some fun, but I might because I'm hoping when that comes out, then all of a sudden there's a discussion about someone will ask him that question. Someone's going to say, is it extraterrestrial life? And I don't know if they'll say yes, but I think at 6%, I might gamble on that. I might just gamble a little bit. Jed, are you being sarcastic or did that look pretty cool? I can't tell. It's like kind of bullshitty to me, but also like I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, on to virtuals. Damn. On to virtuals. Virtuals unicorn in like full gear. I'm not excited for much, dude. I'm still not, even though there's been some cooks, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not so plugged in that I've been following in like the token strategy where I'm like, dude, you could get in here and you went here and you could have gotten 20x or 50. Like I'm not there with this stuff.
Because there is no 20x.
There's none, dude. We're not seeing any of those. Like, are the market caps getting too high too quick, even with the tax?
I don't know. I'm not paying that much attention either, but I haven't seen anybody get a 20x.
Damn. Oh, that's a bummer. I get some of these hit like 6.3 mil market cap, nice. 2.4 mil, nice. But if they shoot up so quick, when the tax is so high, you're not making a lot. Hang on, wait, Dad. It said it.
Dad, where did it say extraterrestrial?
Yeah, I didn't hear the words extraterrestrial. They said non-human, right?
Yeah, they said non-human.
Extraterrestrial. And it is that specific, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Motherfuckers. All right, you're seeing some stuff win. We had a couple interesting stories this week. Burnbot was interesting and still might be interesting. Might be. Right. Virtual partner is Grover. Founder's got a Tesla logo on his banner on X.
Well, robotics. Yeah, Tesla Robotics.
Tesla Robotics.
The fourth pillar, by the way.
The fourth pillar, Virtuals did a live stream yesterday, not a Spaces, but a stream. Everything Empty and Ether Mage, kind of hard to get through, but it was so hard. I kind of was half paying attention. I was trying. I know they talked about robotics somewhere too, and I didn't even hear it.
It was pretty early in the stream, and they went ahead and said, like that robotics was that fourth pillar, and then they said we don't want to talk about it. Essentially, like more to come.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like teasing. I like anything that's making you stick around as opposed to pushing you away, and that gets you sticking around. Because what's the next announcement then? When are they going to announce? So I like that. I'm not super excited about robotics, even if I see some potential.
I'm not either.
It's one of those weird things. It's like, okay, no different than anything else. It's a new, like, emerging sector, and you expect there can be wins, but something about robotics, it's just a little less exciting. For me, it is. And I like that shit. I like robots and tech and stuff, but it doesn't do it for me. I don't get the tingles with it. But I do think there'll be wins. I'm still curious about Remy Raccoon here that launched, but on Solana. I think it's a nothing burger, but also interesting, at least. And what else? We got ShopX coming next week. They'll be on the show on Monday. Cicada. Scream Cats, you were on your Spaces, I think, yesterday, so you didn't catch when I was showing this, but remember we looked at the Scream video?
Yeah, I went back and watched.
Okay. What do you
yeah.
Are the videos weird to you? Like, or do you think it's processing?
I can't imagine it's processing, dude. I don't know how that's real.
It's really bizarre.
The shop one I can believe is real. The Scream one, no freaking way. Like I don't know.
I can't. I still have to meet with this guy, but we are chatting. He does want to meet, like hop in a Google Meet ahead of time. But then I'm like, oh, am I going to get a scam link or something? But then also they're partnered with Song Jam. So I'm like, I'm just not sure.
You need to be the one to send that link, bro.
That's a great point. That's a great point, dude. Yeah. Okay. Well, if I do that, I'll do it that way. But even though the one on ShopX, right there, the lady in the video here, it just sounds a little inorganic at parts. And I could chalk it up to reading a script and then also some kind of processing on the video. But I feel bad. I asked him, I'm like, where'd you get this AI tool to make this avatar? It's like, that's real. It's a person, dude. I'm like, maybe. No, I believe it is. I just felt shitty asking. Yeah, just nothing on the board I'm excited for. Will still's got a couple, A-tier things on his ranking that are, a mystery right now, dude. They're a mystery, but
so on that though, you know what? Maybe it's as simple as like they're not an English speaking person, or they're not comfortable speaking English, so maybe they run it through AI to have the English version. I mean, it could be something as simple as that. It's like if we're going, that's a real person.
It's another really good point. Yeah, damn.
It just didn't sound good.
It didn't. So I'm still curious. Dude, okay, so airdrops and how they're gonna work after what next week? Next week it's gonna shift where you're not gonna get it based on your points. Points completely gone in another week or so, I think, right? Less than a week. And it's only gonna go based on your staked virtual and how much you use Butler and ACP, dude. And you've been poking at these guys trying to get some clarity, I think.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this.
Yeah, what's going on? Because they launched this new leaderboard that ranks you by what? Your ACP score. ACP score is determined based on Butler usage for any service, including trading, getting alpha, generating images, and others. 3% of the airdrop. Okay, we know that part, but it's measuring your usage of Butler, but you're experimenting with it and you're not finding that it works.
Yeah, well, and my whole point, of course I got no response. And including I asked the question in that stream last night and they ignored it. Really not surprised. But I did get asked in DMs by some of the community members to, like, if I know how ACP score works. The answer is no. Like, and they won't answer. Because the thing that bothers me is I know some like power users of ACP and they have an ACP score of 1. and my ACP score is 1. Oh, I did a bunch of ACP stuff, Butler use yesterday. It was not a great experience, a lot of failed transactions, but I got also a lot to go through, using all kinds of different stuff. My score didn't change today. Who knows? Maybe there's a lag, whatever. I don't know about the timing, but like, I'm hearing that from multiple people. Like, hey, I've done all kinds of transactions. I don't have much of a score. And then you get, there's also been some stuff on the timeline. I don't know if you've seen about how people manipulated that score. Look at the number one person. He has 0V virtual, right? 0V virtual. He's got 332 ACP score. So there's actually been some stuff on there about how people are, manipulating this, who have no investment in the platform, just to take all the rewards again. So yeah, the FUD's going to build around this. But so my point with EtherMage was, okay, his whole thing is, hint, because he said hint. If people who spent 1 USDC on Butler transactions last week would have made 400 to 700 USDC in value on the token drops. So in my mind, I'm like, wait, so you're judging Butler usage. What you're saying is how much money you spend. To me, that's not Butler usage, because you can just game it. That's why I put in that post, like, AIXBC or AIXBT friggin', yeah, I mean, there you go. If you're producing, you can use that for $10. You can use AIXBT for $2 for a stupid alpha report that doesn't matter. Yeah, and that's, Obi-Wan Kenobi's right. Like, if you can get it to work, you spend $10. They are doing a better job at refunding you if it doesn't work, which there are plenty of failed transactions. Point being, though, what are you actually gaining if you're just getting people to put money into it? You're not getting actual real uses. Like, so I've done token trades on it, right? AIXBC charges you 50 cents for that token trade. But like, if you're doing OOP surveys, they cost a penny. If you're getting the alpha reports from Auto, they cost 2 cents, which are, I mean, honestly, just as good as what you get from AIXBT. So like, there are a lot of different options to use that don't cost users tons of money, but you're actually using the products. So are you incentivizing us using the products, or are you just wanting people to spend money on your crappy platform? That's where I'm at with it. And they won't answer.
Yeah, man, it's so tricky. I can see it's valuable to them. Like it's valuable to them to get people using it so they can fix the things that aren't working so well. And like, as a supporter, and I've done this in tons of projects, I'll use something when it's not totally ready, just to like support, and because I'm hoping they'll make it worth my while, right? But this has been out 6+ months or so, and it's still not in a place where it's working enough that anybody I think would use it without a big incentive. So a little tricky. But dude, maybe we're throwing like $50 at it this week and see if we make up for that next week in an airdrop or something.
Again, I got a DM from a community member this morning who asked me to talk about this on the space. So of course we will, but like, he spent $30 and got 3 points or whatever. Like,
that's crazy.
So yeah, I mean,
you can't ask people to spend money without clear rules. I don't think you can.
Right.
I don't
That's what I'm saying. So make it clear. Like, okay, what do you define as Butler usage? That's an important distinction to me,
dude. Okay, is it going to be like with early on with Genesis, where certain agents behind the scenes had multipliers and certain ones would be, bonuses, and we just never knew, and we were kind of okay with it, maybe not, but kind of okay with it. And then this is a little, well, kind of the same thing, but it feels, I don't know why it might feel different when I'm using USDC and I'm spending money for a product, and but I'm only doing it to farm. And when I don't know how I'm getting anything, right? At least the other side, you were investing in tokens that could appreciate too. This, your money's gone. You didn't invest in anything. You probably didn't get something in return that was worth that investment too, that buy, hoping you get, payday on the other side. Doesn't feel great. I don't want to say it's wrong, but it doesn't feel right either.
And the thing about it is, on that live stream last night, they actually brought up the point where people are like, oh, you can just, you just want us to game this system, and everything empty, like, was all smirk about it. I was like, yes, we want you to abuse this. But again, you don't have a good product, and you're just wanting people to farm your product so you can have numbers. I mean, and again, ACP usage went up because of his tweet. Well, yeah, when you put that people are going to make $400 to $700 per 1 USDC spent, of course you're going to increase usage. people are going to farm, and then now you're telling people that you want that. Like, how is that finding any kind of product market fit or actually benefit? I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I do kind of like him saying, yeah, just break it, abuse it. I like that. I do. That's the degen shit I'm into. I'm probably gonna throw some money at it this week then.
No, everything empty is a straight degen. Like I really that's every time I hear him talk, that's what I come away from, dude. Is like he is one of us.
Yeah.
But it just is. But if that's the stance, like, okay, make it clear. Like, this is what we're gonna classify as usage. Go spend money. We're gonna give you money. Okay, like at least we know the rules.
Well, I'm gonna try it out this week. We'll report back Friday. I mean, at some point during the week too on I don't know. Do we get something from it? By the when is the airdrop for this week? Wait, is it daily or is it weekly? They did say weekly, but I think it ended up being daily.
Look, it ends. You got it on the screen right there. 2 days, 2 hours, 51 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Maybe worth getting in before that ends then. Okay, I'll probably throw something at it this weekend. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. So we'll do some experiments live here. Yeah, should be interesting. By the way, this is random as hell, but I think we have a guest every day next week. I think most of them, ShopX might be the only virtuals project here too. The rest of them are, yeah, not even. I'm trying to think if they're even base. But next week will be really fun. Just guests that are different than usual. And guys, I think we're going to do the first 30 minutes normal market stuff that come on the second 30 minutes and, shorter interviews, but that way every day we can get our market talk in. So just a quick heads up about that. Anything else on the virtuals front? I feel like I had something. Not really. Delphi Digital had a cool post. It's a big old account, right? Tweeting about ACP. I like just saying it's a way to scale these agents and it's nothing new here, but a big account's tweeting about it. I'll take that anytime. Also, this week, virtuals listed on Robinhood, which kind of is a big deal. Also, kind of going to become a normal thing, but I dig it. Anything else virtuals that maybe was under the radar this week, Cats?
Not that I know of.
Slowish. It is.
Yeah.
Kind of slow. I'm not even going to go look at token prices. I think we're well under 10 bill. We're probably 7 bill. We slip back to like 4 or 5 bill. I'm going to be not worried, but just, doesn't feel great. NFT market's been really fun, dude. I'm enjoying this little I don't know, couple of weeks, whatever. It's been fun in NFTs, strategy tokens, OpenSea farming, all that. Volume's kind of holding steady too. Almost 26 mil in sales yesterday. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down, average sale price up. I dig that. Trade profits still way into the negative, 842,000. Actually, I want to peek at the week real quick. Let's see. Weekly NFT sales volume. We're probably going to beat last week, actually. We're at 123, almost 124 mil right now. And we have 48. How many hours do we have left? I'm trying to math in my head. 48. 60 hours left in the data period. That was easy. 60 hours left in the weekly data period. Yeah, I think we'll beat last week at least. Not a crazy thing, but I like it. I like seeing NFTs moving. It's fun. Top collections here in the past 24 hours. We're going to skip number 1 here. It's DX Terminal on top. I still don't know exactly what's going on there. I think it's people farming OpenSea volume, but also farming for a base token, like 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. So DX Terminal getting a ton of volume. Pudgy Penguins, D-Market, CryptoPunks, Moonbirds, GVC, Courtyard, Dino Gotchis. Interesting over on ETH, Sorare Little Pudgies. Looks pretty cool. And a BNB collection, what is that? Deck of Fates. Yeah, I don't know. I dig it, man. Kind of surprised by this yesterday. We thought today, I at least did, the 17th would be the day we get the OpenSea chests unlocking. This was season 1 of farming, just a little over 12 million in prizes and rewards, like big money. Those chests unlocked yesterday. So it's kind of cool. Yesterday evening, everybody starts cracking the chests, seeing what kind of rewards they got, who gets the CryptoPunks, who gets the apes, who gets what, right? Didn't go so well. I thought it was fine, by the way, but a lot of FUD And I was expecting a lot of FUD for it. I'm sure the team was too, because you can't, dude. I almost think teams are going to stop. This actually worries me going back to airdrops that are coming. I still think there's a ton more coming, a ton. At some point, it does kind of stop or it gets less and less because it doesn't matter, dude. Unless you do it perfectly and you give people so much freaking money. If you give them a little money, they're not happy. If you don't give them any, they're also not happy. You can only make them happy if you make everybody rich. Everybody. You got to do it the Pudgy Penguins way, or like how SOS did. You have to have a lot of money to work with, and you have to give most of it away. It feels like it's kind of bullshit. But Drew Austin didn't like it. Spent $1,500 on tokens. Oh, he got $1,500 worth of tokens. He spent $5,000. I think that's kind of okay. I hate to, like, I don't know. That sounds like, are you really farming and expecting it all back? I don't know, dude. Maybe I got a stupid take here, but he's not happy with it. Cyrus not happy. $5,000, also $1,500 in rewards. It feels like they had a little like formula to the rewards here if those posts are actually accurate. This dude got shit too. I don't remember what he got, but this is everybody's experience. You crack it open, you got very little. And I didn't see hardly anybody with wins. In fact, I don't even think they sent out the top prizes. They're still sitting in an OpenSea wallet, which is super weird. Crack the chest open, and then later they'll send the grand prizes. Either something broke or not everybody cracked their chests open. I don't know. Did you open chest, Cats? And like, what's your read on this? Because
dude, I didn't participate in any of this because there was no way I was farming this. I absolutely expected a letdown. We've been let down by how many of these are things we've done over the many years? I just like, you know what? I don't have that much liquidity to be throwing at OpenSea and giving them this. No, I didn't participate.
Yeah. So I'm right there with you. I, got the chest, but I didn't level them up at all. I think I bought one thing on OpenSea and I can't even remember what it was. I bought the Critters Quest, like mystery box blind bag thingies. Bought that. That's all I did. Cracked it open, got nothing. Well, I got a thing that I think is like C tokens. That's what I think it was. Some kind of like another chest or something. Anyway, so some C tokens come from it. I'm glad I didn't put time in. Like almost nobody was up. Almost nobody thought it was worth their time. Almost nobody got prizes. And again, the prizes you got, you're going to sell them and be down. And I don't know if you traded and got something on the other end you're happy with keeping or what. I hope people are hoping it would at least make them even if you're just wash trading stuff anyways. But I don't know, dude. Space is different. Dead actually. Well, I was gonna say one. Well, no. I mean, same boat. Spent $60, got $20 worth of ETH and a gem. Yeah, dude. I mean, I just don't know if expectations are silly. Farm a thing and expect that you are up.
I mean, the way they fix this, like you said, is because everybody did. I mean, I saw all the posts and stuff, and everybody got this other secondary chest that'll end up being C tokens. So if it turns out that becomes really valuable, and essentially everybody made their money from farming off of the token, then OpenSea will be a hero. But I'm done with that game.
Yeah, I hope they do that. I really hope they shock people. I'd even be cool.
I mean, I do too, because it'd be cool for the euphoria phase, right? I mean, again, when everybody's winning, it brings more people in, and it's already too late for the people coming in at that point.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that it brings that FOMO. I'd love to see that.
Dude, I was almost like shock people, give all of it away, basically, like just put it out there and then ride off into the sunset. But then again, if they're riding off into the sunset, token's not worth anything. Like it's like there's just no. This is another one of those things going back to like the fundamentals of this space. It doesn't work. Like the airdrop thing didn't work back in the day. It did because people could give so much away because they thought there was more coming. Like SOS could give it away because they thought they could have maybe built a platform that would look like nothing. That was the FTX era. It was never going to stop. It was like things are changed forever. Money's never going to stop coming. It's not today. I don't think it's going to work like that for years. No. Take whatever you can get from these next token airdrops and probably dump them right away. Hype did it right, Luna. You can do that if it's a small user base. You can absolutely do that. And that's where you create that magic. You got to spot what the magic things are and understand what makes them different. So you can find those.
Is not hype.
It's not too many. It's 500,000 wallets or something. It's too big. They can't do it. They can't. But hype was special, dude. Like really special. So a lot of people saying they're not even going to farm season 2. It said volume hasn't gone down. NFT volume is still basically the same, and they did what, $1 billion in volume last month. Let's see if they do it again. That is also counting crypto swaps, like token swaps, but we'll see. I think people will still be playing it because you still can speculate that your C token drop makes up for what you didn't get in prizes, and I think maybe it will. So, I'm not touching it. You're gonna be shocked by this.
I think it will, so I'm not touching it. I love that take.
Yeah, I think it will. I'm not going to do it though. You find out for me. Magic Eden, a couple quick updates. They're about to launch some new products, man. I'm excited. They got the RWA thing coming at, like next week. $20,000 in cards are going to get dropped. I don't know how or what or whatever, but you're going to crack open packs and get NFTs and RWAs and stuff. Pokemon cards they got coming. And then there's a job listing here. They're looking for an innovative VIP manager to help them as they enter iGaming. Is that internet game? What the fuck is iGaming? What is iGaming? Hang on, let me see if what the fuck is iGaming? All right, let me cheat. Who knows what iGaming is?
And they just keep saying iGaming throughout the announcement. I don't know. Man,
That's not just me being stupid.
This is a sign of us being such boomers. I have a feeling.
Okay. All right, hang on. Let's go to Grok. Okay, what is iGaming? But Magic Eden's got some shit coming. Just be aware, like they do. And I don't think it might be. I haven't looked at the chart, but the ME token might not be a crazy play right now. If it's like down bad and hasn't had its little recovery, they're gonna have some big products and they'll have a big push. They will. Like I think that sounds like a pretty easy play. iGaming is casino games, sports betting, poker, bingo. Ew, dude. I don't know. Like I'm expecting them to get into prediction market kind of stuff. I'm expecting that, but like casino games is not.
Yeah, like it says internet gaming or online gaming at the top. So
yeah, okay. I'm sorry, that doesn't excite me at all. You like cats at all? Like anything?
Not even a little.
That's a bummer. That's a big change for them. Also, I get it. NFT volume down so bad, you're not going to thrive off that. You're not, but that I don't. Do you thrive off gaming? iGaming? I don't. I don't know. That I don't know. The most shocking thing that happened this week for me, the most shocking thing is, dude, Bored Apes did something that got me hyped. I can't believe it. Bored Apes did something that for the first time I felt like the vibes back in the clubhouse. And I've never been in the clubhouse. I'm on the outside looking in, but I watch, dude, because I want them to do well. I want to see that magic. I'm shocked. Dude, they got 8 Fest coming up. They announced like a lineup for like the 8 Fest concert they always do. Strong, dude. It's a strong freaking lineup. I'm really shocked. Big Boy, Clips, Kodak Black, and Blau. I don't know who Rhetoric is, but Big Boy is like, I mean, who doesn't love Outkast? Who's not a Big Boy fan? And Clips is fucking amazing. I can't believe they got Clips. And then Kodak Black, I don't care. And Blau, I don't care. But Big Boy and Clips are fucking amazing. I can't believe they got those dudes. Like, I believe it. It's just cool as shit that they did it. Out of everything they've done in the past like year or two, none of it's excited me. None of it. This feels like Bored Ape vibes. This feels like the thing that they were known for. Big splashy events, cool as shit. It is a flex. Dude, more of that, please. Dead, how do you feel about that, buddy? I know like you're hyped on these guys. Like, what I'm feeling are other apes feeling that way? I don't want to say other like I'm one of them, but are apes feeling like that? Because like that's magic right there. Cass, did you like it? do you give a shit?
I mean, I've never been in the ape ecosystem, so but I mean I do like it for the space. It feels more like old vibes. So I mean I would love to see Bored Apes ripping again. It'd be great.
Yeah, dude. Just it's weird that that's all it takes. And by that's all, it's a big deal, but like that's what Bored Apes to me should be. Parties, like IRL events, gambling stuff, easy, dumb money. Like, I don't know if that's a stupid thing to say because, like, what does that mean? I don't know, but that's what I knew Bored Apes for. It was big money. It was like they get everything. It's the ultimate flex and like the coolest fucking IRL events. And they just hadn't done that in so long. Maybe the IRL, like, not like ever went. Maybe they really were that cool, but I don't think they were. But that looks fucking cool. So, yeah, join it. That's all they had to do. All that money spent on the metaverse didn't need to do it. I hope it works, but they didn't need to do gaming. They didn't need to do metaverse, just vibes. They are known for vibes. Gravity, Boomer should know who those guys are. You do, Gravity, you absolutely know who they are. You know who Big Boy is. If you don't know Kodak Black, I get it. Like, he's like a different generation rapper. But you should know Clips. He's like OG rapper. You know Outkast, right? Gravity? If you know Outkast, then you know Big Boy. Dead, wish I could go. Clips is great. Apes are excited. Out of all the events Dead's been to, he said Ape Fest was the best. Okay. That's pretty cool. It looks cool. Hope they don't burn people's fucking faces off with those UV laser shits. That was crazy last year before. That was crazy. Okay. If you know Outkast or heard of them, first off, they're amazing if you never listen. But Big Boy, it's two guys in that group. It's Big Boy and it's Andre 3000. Big Boy's great. But Clips is incredible. It was him and Pusha T and they fucking, dude, so good.
Gravity.
Dude, he's awesome. I'm surprised you didn't listen to like Outkast. They were one of my favorites, dude, growing up. They got merch coming, also available if you're not like IRL, like at the event. Okay, it's a little more boomerish for you than Gravity, saying Grandmaster, Flash, and the Furious 5. Okay, I get it now. Merch coming. That's another thing that I think they were known for, like cool merch, high-end, brand partnerships, collabs, whatever. Nice. I don't know if they have any collab, anything announced here, but maybe they do. But that's the stuff I like. And then they dropped some Telegram stickers too. So I like it. Follow up the hypey thing with a new exciting little, probably not expensive mint for holders. Really cool. And hang on. Sticker pack live exclusively for qualifying ape holders. And it might have been free. Dead, was that free? Because if that's a free claim, like sometimes these stickers go for a decent amount, and I don't care at this point. If they were free and you get to flip them for $25 or $50, take that win. That's another very like on brand thing for them. Just give wins to the community. So again, I dig that. They had a little techie update too, and I don't know exactly what it is. Ape Chain fully integrated with Espresso mainnet, meaning all its transactions gain finality within seconds rather than 12 minutes. So cool. 1 ton to buy one of those. Got it. And hopefully you flip and make a little something off it. Pretty nice. Couple other just quick things in NFTs. You got to be paying attention to this collection here. The collection is named, hang on, where is it? Hang on, let me go back. This is coming from former Doodles team members. What is this called? Someone help me. Oh my God, dude. I saved the wrong tweet, or I meant to have a second tweet. I don't remember the name of the collection, which is really stupid. But let me just say this at least. If you see this art, pay attention. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Yeah, here it is. Nuko. This is dropping on Solana. It's very, very fucking hyped. These are going to cook. Again, former Doodles team members and with Solana tweeting it out too. Like, this collection is going to cook if you can find a way to get whitelist. Like, do it. The site's Nuko AI too, so there's going to be some kind of AI something. Maybe it's going to be like Doodles and it's like a image video generation kind of thing. But dude, the art's awesome. Look at that. Like, it looks so good. Love the character design. It looks really good. Hype mint coming. We needed one of those. Watch out. Do we got like a good vibes competitor kind of thing coming? We just might. Like, it's GVC different, but like, do we have another like good like a new established PFP coming to the market? We might. I'm definitely watching these guys. We got Marfa going on in Texas, right? The big old art gathering. It's so cool. Dude, they put on display here the first ever, this is a physical piece, the first ever computer-generated sculpture. Comes from 1968. What a cool piece of like art history, right? And that's kind of what happens out there at Marfa. It's, you know, this crypto space, and I'm sure they have like non-crypto natives out there too, but gathering to celebrate art in this like weirdo little obscure town that's hard to get to, and these people just bonding and celebrating the shit they love. And how do you not love that? But it would be cool to get your eyes on something like that, just be in the presence of it. Really freaking cool. That thing I think sells for like, is it 2 million? And somebody might have put it here. Yeah. Piece is worth about 2 mil. It's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Pepe is king. Yes, sir. Thank you for reminding us. No, absolutely right. You know what I miss? Actually, I'm going to find it. Maybe we go out on this video. That Pepe music video from like a couple years back. That animation with the awesome fucking music and stuff. I got to find that, man. It's the best. We had a big mint yesterday. Dutch tied with his fragments mint. Dutch auction. We were watching it, right? Started at 0.5 ETH, was going to drop down to 0.096. Public auction to start, and then they go to other tiers. So I'm just watching to see how low it goes, and I had a whitelist spot, so I was waiting to see if I was going to mint or not. Dude, it didn't sell out at public. So I think like 2,400 pieces were at the public auction. 200 sold. 200. He's a big artist. Like, you know, like he's not an X-Copy Beeple. He's not ACK. He's not Sam Spratt. He's not like, he's a few levels down, but he's not brand new artist. And he's probably like a level above. He's like a level or two above that. He's probably, I would have thought, kind of as big as Modest. And Modest sold out, what, a 6,000 edition collection, almost 7,000, I think it was. Anyway, 200 editions sold. And he's got people like Claire Silver supporting. He's got the support of like Pranksy, a lot of big names in this space. 200. It fucked him up too, I could tell. You know, you can read people's vibes. I could tell it got to him. He even tweeted out, like, you know, he had a lot of hype going into this mint, and to only see 200 probably hurt a lot. Sucks because it's the market, dude. It's only the market. If it weren't for the market shitting yesterday, on top of what happened a week ago, it would have sold out. But fact is, it didn't. It's still open at public sale. 0.096 is a lot of money right now. And dude, I think everybody's tapped out. Now, that is, okay, bummer here. Bummer. I think it'll sell out, by the way. And I still think that might be an opportunity. When the vibes come back, I'm saying when, because I believe they will. I think you're going to see some pretty quick support for this that mint it out and push it up just to support the dude, but also because the art's really great and he's got great collectors. Whale Dot, you know, I'm sorry, Min Dynasty, right? Another one of his big collectors. Or, yeah, I think that was it. Anyway, watch that collection. I'm probably going to mint it. But maybe my final point and take and thought is, I think we resume up only. I don't think it's far off. But what we need still is another liquidity injecting event. Everybody's tapped out. I'm pretty sure most people are tapped out. I'm on my like reserves, and it's my money I'm not touching until I know we're back. I'm not going to go gamble with it right now because we might not be back quite yet. I'm curious, and you guys don't obviously have to share, but who's in a similar boat, as in you're getting down to the end and you're sitting on your hands till you fucking know we're back. Are we there? Are we kind of all there?
That's where I am. I'm tapped out.
That
I don't have I don't have 0.1 ETH to throw at a NFT currently.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. That last Friday was crazy. I mean, if you think about that again, 20 billion liquidated and maybe 40 billion in net. That wasn't all like, you know, real money. That was like, you know, on paper, a lot of that. But it's a lot of money that went poof from the space. Like we look at something like the Trump token coming out and sucking out liquidity, right? It's one of those, but it was one of those times like a lot more, like times 10. It was a massive like nuke that went off in this space, and it really did hurt this space, and it's going to take a little time to recover. So while I think it's up and to the right, I do think it's going to be a little process to get there. I don't think it's right away because I do think most people are kind of tapped out. We'll fucking see. Now, something like this will help. Luna's buddy getting the 6-figure Meteora drop. That's going to help. OpenSea, I don't think it's coming yet, but what's next, guys? We got Meteora. What do you guys think is the next token coming? Obi-Wan is all set. He's got a second job, or he's getting one, so he doesn't need an airdrop. He's going to work for his money. GG's, man. No, I feel you, though. I think I do, too. Clips is back together. That's right. Clips is, hang on. It's Pusha T and I have such a boomer brain, dude. It sucks. It sucks. Pusha T. I thought Clips was the other guy, but it's the group. What's his brother's name? It doesn't matter. Biggest drop of the year will be lighter. Okay, so good news, right? There are token drops coming. People are going to get money in their hands. They are. Abstract. I'm trying to think of what's another big one. Hype will be decent, I think, too. But I want to think of another big one. If it's Meteora and Pump. That's the one I keep thinking of. Pump. The Pump token is coming at some point, right? The airdrop for it. We know token's out, but we never got the airdrop yet. And I think Alana Smartin's going to time that when the market's like nice and hypey. We got the things that'll bring liquidity back to the space, and that's when I think we really get some fun times. But yeah, slower grind. I can see NFTs. I can see an NFT set Bored Apes doing virtual performance. We've seen that before, dude. Yeah, we've seen some virtual performance. Never really caught on, but we could see. Hey, we just saw this like AI character collab with Timberland the other in the past week or so. AI music video. Yeah, we'll see that shit again. Anything else, Bats?
You had that with Crypto Bats. Ozzy did a performance in the metaverse.
Dude, that is one of my highlights of this space, period. That was so cool. To get to do that with him was so cool. But that, I thought the event was cool. I got the energy from it. I mean, I might shit on other side, and it's not because I don't want it to work. It's just because it hasn't worked. I love those virtual events. I love the Travis Scott performance in Fortnite. First time I ever felt it. I'm like, oh, these will work. They're exciting. They actually work. So being there and feeling that, I loved it. Ozfest in the metaverse, I thought was magic. Bjork performed at it too. I thought it was magic. I went to it every night they played the thing, and I felt like the energy, it wasn't quite like a concert, but it was really similar. It was like hanging out with buddies in an MMO or something too. It's just the energy hanging out with buddies in this magical place. And then just because I'm a big music guy, just that there was music going on, it was a performance. So and the Bjork thing, I'll say this, both the Ozfest and the Bjork thing, they were kind of interactive. Ozzy would come up out of the ground and he's rocking out, and there's bats flying around, and there were ways you could interact too, and you got digital wearables for the event. And then when Bjork performed her performance, the ground shifted and morphed and turned into the grass would turn into waves, and it was wild, dude. There's a lot of potential with that stuff. So Obi-Wan, only 291 streamers on Pump. Wow. I'll be there tomorrow. Sunday. 8 Fest will be at the Sphere in Las Vegas one day. I'd bet on that, man. That'd be killer. Yeah, that'd be sweet. All right, one last round around Cats. Anything else we missed or that's exciting and that people should be paying attention to?
Nope. Just if you're not paying attention to prediction markets, or if you have questions, hit me up, because it's what I'm spending most of my time in these days.
It's getting good at it too, man. It's crazy. I love it. All right, guys. Smash the like on the show. I didn't even do that at the beginning. I got right into the shit. Hit the like on the show. We're live on Abstract, X, and YouTube. But come over to YouTube. I got to tell you guys where this is going to be streaming, probably starting next week. I think we got it locked down. But subscribe on YouTube. It will always be streaming over here. It's CryptoSlam on that side. Follow our boy Cats Fanatic, Cats Fanatic 0G on X. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot. I'll be live this weekend over on, you guys know, my accounts. Follow SlamAI_XYZ. This is where I think the show is going. This is where it's going. I'll just say, I'm trying to think if there's certain things I can and can't say, what this is or why it was. It was there for a reason. I think this is going to turn into an account just for the show, for content, which will be kind of cool. Just a dedicated thing. It's tricky doing a show on an account right now that's kind of a businessy account, and it's an AI agent account. It's just it's weird because messages can get lost. So the Swarm account's going to get automated. There'll be other things happening there. This account, I think we're just going to change it. I think this is going to be the Swarm Report account. It might be a different name, but that's the account we'll be streaming on. So definitely make sure you're following it. And definitely make sure you're following the Swarm_AI. It's a lot. It's a lot to be following, but it's worth it. I promise. There we go. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Cats, it was great hanging with you again, dude. Freaking Friday shows rock.
Always. Love this.
Hell yeah. Luna. Yeah, boy. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weekend, guys. We'll see you back here Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time with guests. I'll announce those today or over the weekend, but guests coming up Monday. Oh, ShopX on Monday. I already told you guys. So we'll see you Monday. Goodbye, fam.
Peace.